Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's time for another afternoon, a morning, a day, a time for post-crossing. So we are going to do our typical Sunday post-crossing. Maybe I'm recording it on Saturday. Who knows? But that's the case. You're going to get a chance to watch me do a little post-crossing. What's post-crossing? Well, it's a free exchange of cards around the world. That's in essence a way of sharing good thoughts, good feelings, a little bit about the community you come from with people who might otherwise not get a chance to visit there. How do you do it? You go to postcrossing.com, you sign up for free. The first thing you get to do is send 5 postcards. So you'll create a profile, let people know what you're interested in, a little bit about yourself, but you'll send those 5 postcards out into the world. Once they reach their destination, they will get registered, and then someone randomly will send you a postcard back. And then you register it when you get it, and the cycle continues. So it's always a little bit of patience needed when you first sign up, because it takes a while sometimes for those first 5 postcards to reach someone. We're dealing with the mail and the snail mail. It's not instantaneous. This hobby is a delayed gratification hobby. And once you get into it, though, and you have more cards to be able to send, there seems to be a constant arrival in your mailbox of cards, which is wonderful. And that's one of the things that's exciting about this hobby. You never know when you're going to get a card. You never know who it's coming from or what that person might be like. You get a glimpse of them when you read the card and you look at their profile. And some of them become direct swaps. What's a direct swap? Well, you get to know someone and you continue to swap back and forth with that same person. It doesn't have to happen in post-crossing, but it is another option that you can do. You can write on your profile that you're interested in direct swaps. You can send a postcard in an envelope or a postcard just as it is. You can attach your address if you want or if you don't, but that's one of the things that's possible to do. There is post-crossing forums you can go into that have all sorts of different games and things, all sorts of different ways that you can start by sending postcards to many people. And the more of these things you do, of course, the more of them, the postcards you're going to get back. But beware, there is a cost with sending postcards. The price of postage has gone up and continues to go up around the world. So if you have an unlimited budget, you can send unlimited cards, but otherwise, budget yourself. That's what I do. Every Sunday, I send 5 postcards. And so if you like, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, you share with other people. I'll show you what 5 postcards I'm going to send today by reading off the profiles that I've selected, and then we'll decorate one of them. That's another thing you can do with post-crossing. You can express yourself artistically. Now, you might say, I'm not an artist, I can't draw. You don't have to. Maybe you're good with just putting stickers that other people have created on your card, or a special tape called washi tape that you can put on your card. When I first started, I was against all that because I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think that I had that creative ability to it. Maybe I still can't, but I enjoy the way I do it. Someone once said, you have a style unto your own, or you don't give credit enough to how you've created your own thing. That's true. I don't give credit to myself for it, but I still enjoy doing it. And I'll show you how I do it with one of these cards. So let's get started. The very first post-crossing profile I've selected today is going to Hong Kong. They're a student and they come from mainland China. And they say, you can write to me of anything you want, send me all kinds of postcards, but no advertising cards. Well, what's an advertising postcard? It's a specific card that is advertising, maybe a brand of something or other, or an event of something or other. You'll see dates on them. They're easy to pick out. And usually on the back, it's covered with information about the event too, so it doesn't leave you very much room to write. So he doesn't want those. However, if you're from the following countries and have stamps I mentioned below, I'll be very happy if you send it to me. There's only one country mentioned below, it's France, so I don't have that particular stamp because it's a brand new one too. It came out in 2025. And then directly swap with these stamps are also welcome, so is looking for someone from France, particularly to swap stamps from. So that takes me out of the equation. So what I can do though, I recently got this. This is really cool. I had sent some stamps to someone else, and they responded by turning them into postcards, by doing scans of some of the stamps that I sent them. And so I'm going to send this stamp-related card back out to them, and maybe they'll add Canada to the list of the things they collect, not just France. All right. Second profile I have is going to Germany. It says, hi there. And he gives his name, where exactly he lives. He lives in Germany, close to the Netherlands. I'll give you that. His hobbies are traveling, reading manga, watching anime and good movies, and meeting with friends. He played Pokemon for a long time, so you can send me Pokemon postcards if you want. His favorite Pokemon is the Alola Vulpix. I love fruits, especially strawberries and melons, but I don't really like vegetables, although my favorite color is green. As for sports, I like to watch football, and his favorite team is FC Schalke 4. For 15 years, he spent most of his weekends and holidays in a caravan, or camper van, on a camper park, or caravan park, in the Netherlands. So feel free to write to me in Dutch. It reminds me of that good time. Now I spend most of my holidays in northern Germany. My profile pic shows the harbor of the town that he visited on the North Sea. I have a little appeal, so he would rather you write in block letters, because when you do script writing, it doesn't understand it a lot of the times, which I can understand, especially if your first language is in English. That's the language I'll be writing in, so I have to write as clearly as I can, which still isn't all that great, I can tell you that. Since I moved to another apartment, my cats stay with my parents' house, where I was living before. I'm not choosy, but I don't really like cartoon postcards except for Disney comics and manga or anime ones. As for music, he's a fan of baby metal, Rammstein, Amarath, Nightwish, and Eurodance of the 90s. I've not heard of any of those, so I'm no help for him. I also like to listen to anime intro songs, so I don't have a lot of that. I have Zelda and things like that, I guess I have, but the others I don't. And that's a video game versus an anime. I'm traveling to other cities in Germany, so don't wonder when you receive a postcard from a different city. My hometown doesn't really have many postcards because it's too small. One of my dreams is to visit Japan, but most of the time he just visits northern Germany right now. In the summer of 2024, I found a real message in a bottle on the coast of St. Peter Strand. If you don't know what to write, you can tell me what your favorite movie is. Why do you like movies? He also collects meetup cards, so if you have some cards you can send to me, new, old, signed, or unsigned, with a message. And then he shows the album of the meetup cards that he currently has. And then you can also send him gotochi postcards, manga, anime, Japanese, cherry trees, cherry blossoms, Pokemon, city views, landscapes, something special from your country, anything related to the sea or beach, snow, winter, Christmas postcards, fruit, cars, planes, trains, ships, cats, hedgehogs, and white animals like snow owls or polar foxes, red pandas, dinosaurs, Disney, Marvel, DC, birthday cards in April. So quite a list. But the very first thing, and the thing he was most interested in collecting, were meetup cards. So how about this meetup card from Newfoundland? I never got a chance to go to it, but I did get some of these cards from Sophia, who did go to it and organized it. The interesting thing about this, it says 2022. It didn't happen in 2022. It actually happened in 2023. So it is a bit of a collector's card now, I guess, because there's an error on that. It was supposed to happen in 2022, but Sophia couldn't make it work that summer, so she had the cards prepped. She did it the next summer. This brings me to the third profile. It's a very short profile, and it says she's 48 years old, a philosophy and psychology teacher, mother of 2 teenage girls from Finland, loves reading, movies, long walks, trail running, and yoga. My ideal day is a rainy Sunday with a good book and a cup of tea, and she's impatiently waiting to receive your postcard. Well, have you read this book on Sunday? Anne of Avonlea by Lucy Maud Montgomery, and it is one of those local ones. If you've heard of Anne of Green Gables, this is one of the many books in the series, and I got these postcards last summer when I was in Prince Edward Island. I was visiting my friend Kyler, and we were touring around, and he was showing me some of the Anne of Green Gables sites in his area, because there are a lot of them on Prince Edward Island. And we went into one particular gift shop, and they had all these wonderful Anne of Green Gables postcards, but especially had a booklet that I could buy that was a package, I guess, not a booklet, but it had all the different books all together. And so this is the first time I've broken in, opened that up, and sent that postcard out. So I'm really happy to be able to share some literature from the Maritimes off into the world. All right, profile number 4 is going to California in the United States. I enjoy traveling the world and learning about other people and their other countries. When I received your card, I enjoy researching your area online. I don't collect postcards, but I hope I upload the photo of your card. If you haven't, I give the stamp collecting friend who specializes in stamps of birds. She's very grateful to receive them. So the person who's going to get this postcard is going to tear off the stamp, throw away the card by the sounds of things. But that's okay. They get to do with the card as they wish. And that's one of the things we do. I saved all my cards. As a stamp collector, I still don't take the stamps off the postcards. I leave them as they are. And there's some beautiful stamps on there. So some of them I really wish I could just add to my stamp collection, but I think they should remain whole. But that's my prerogative. Her prerogative is to enjoy the card, do research on the area it came from, which is really good. I like the fact that she's doing that. She's learning more about the communities and people of where the card is originated from. So it's not so much about the card itself, it's about the person who sends it. So good for her. So as for me and my husband, he's retired but very active. We enjoy hiking in our local mountains, photography, or photographing wildflowers in the nearby desert area, attending classical music concerts in Los Angeles. I like to read current nonfiction and cook in my spare time. And she gets spare because in quotation marks, because she's doing a lot of stuff, so there's not a lot of spare time. I'm fulfilling a long-term goal to learn Spanish. I take classes at a local private language institute. I also try to spend a couple of weeks a year in Oaxaca, Mexico, at a Spanish immersion school. Postcrossing was one of my pandemic hobbies. So, like many of us, we picked up postcrossing when we were stuck at home in a way to travel the world, to make connections with other people. She did the same thing. I started in 2021. It was wonderful to receive cards and interesting stamps from all over the world. Thank you. Recently, I tried giving up postcrossing. What? As a daily activity and sending cards only in travel mode. But I like receiving your cards too much to give it up. So I'm back to sending one card a day, my self-imposed limit. When I travel, I send up to a maximum. I've sent cards in travel mode from Australia several times, Chile, Mexico 4 times, Peru, Tanzania, an upcoming trip she has back to Mexico and to Canada. I wonder where she's going. Happy postcrossing. Thanks for sending your card. So yeah, it can be. When I talked about it being expensive, if you have been in it a while and you have lots of cards that you can send, it starts getting expensive. I can send 28 or 29 cards now. If I was to do that on the regular, I'd probably be in the poorhouse. So what I have done is I've limited myself to sending 5 cards a week. So she's doing 7 cards a week. I'm doing 5 cards a week. I pull them all on the same day and send them out on the first mail day of the week. That's my strategy. Other people like to send them as soon as they get a new card slot opened. They can send it right out, because there are stats that people follow of how many cards you sent in the month, or how many cards you sent over the course of your year, where they're going to. People like to follow those stats. I'm more of, I just want to keep traveling. I want to keep cards moving and keep receiving them. Well, this is the card that I'm sending to this person in California. It's the Acadian Museum in Prince Edward Island. And the reason I've chosen this card to send is because yesterday was August 15th, which was the Acadian Day. If you had a chance to watch that parade festival that I put out, it's called the Tantramar, and they had a big concert, and the Acadian people celebrated in communities all over the place, not just here. The one I went to was in Dieppe, which is the city right next to Moncton. It's part of Greater Moncton, but it is the largest Acadian population city in the province, and so they had a massive celebration. It was a lot of fun, so I thought I'd send that out. So if she's doing some research on the Acadians, she might find Moncton, and she might find Dieppe, so we'll see. All right, the last profile I've selected is going to Slovakia. She says her name, she has 2 children, 4 grandchildren, 3 great-grandchildren. She says the city she lives in, which is one of the largest in Slovakia, one of the largest, I won't give you the exact one. She was an internist, a doctor, but she's been retired since 2015. I guess she's still a doctor. You always will be a doctor, but she's just not practicing anymore. I like cooking and baking, reading books, and working in the garden. I prefer pics of books, cakes, sweets, and meals, but I'm looking forward to any card I receive. For the year of 2023, I'd like to get more cards with books, libraries, people reading books. I'm interested in recipes too. I also like flowers, like tulips, orchids, lilies, lilacs, sunflowers, poppies, and daisies, irises. There you go. So all of those things that she has. She likes books, even though it was a 2023 reference, which you probably should update your profile from time to time. We're still going with that. And because I'd opened the package of Anna Green Gables cards, I thought, why not send Anna Green Gables card itself? This is celebrating 100 years. That was back in 2008. So boy, Anne is getting a little older here. As she's aged gracefully. So this is the card we're going to send to Slovakia. And I think this is the card we're going to decorate too. So let's decorate that one now and see where it goes. I have an idea already in kind of the style based on what she is really into, and she listed a lot of it. So I'll show you. What she said she was into was books and flowers. We're sending her an Anna Green Gables book cover. But what about some stickers that have flowers and books on them just to decorate around the bottom? So let's measure. I don't think I want to cover up the words that are in that corner. So I think I will try to avoid that. Put that off the edge. Let's peel off the backing of the sticker and hopefully we can get it situated properly. And hopefully I cut it to the right length. Right down to the edge like that. I'm going to trim off the extra along the bottom. When I first started, as I mentioned before, I didn't decorate. I just wrote on the card. So if you had one of those early ones, that's what I was like. And then Jilly B, Living Her Life Her Way, and Renee Lewis, both have channels here on YouTube, and they talked to me about it and influenced me by sending me washi tape and stickers. And slowly from there, I have developed a love of decorating. So we're going to take this roll as well of flower stickers. And so I started with the washi tape. Everybody was doing washi tape along the borders in straight lines. And so I started doing mine in diagonals. So that was kind of the style that I went for. And then when it came to stickers, I was just placing stickers on. I wasn't realizing that the stickers could live beyond the card. I learned that from In Postcards, Olia in Poland. She's an amazing decorator. And I watched how she did her decorating. And she always took her stickers beyond the card, trim them so they lived on. So you can see how it makes a big difference. And I take the trimmings, not to waste them, and we reuse them by covering them back up, making the sticker look like it goes beyond where it once was. So now you take one sticker and you've covered all that with it. Something I've learned. And that's a great thing about decorating, is that you can do your own style, do your own thing. You know, she talked about how liking sunflowers. Let's add a sunflower in and see how that goes. But yeah, you don't have to over decorate, which some of you might say I've already done now. I've left room. I'm putting the stamp up there. I'm going to put the address down here. It will cover up a little bit of the stickers probably that I've added. Ooh, did I just waste that sticker? I may have. There we go. Saved it. I'm going to put that extra bit. I can put it this way. So now we have the information below. We have the floral going around. I'll put the address. I'm only going to put a one stamp so I don't take any extra room, the airmail, and then a space to write. This person hopefully will enjoy what we've done here. Haven't used any washi tape this time around, but that's okay. You don't have to use the same stuff every time. I probably should put a polo sticker in. What's a polo sticker, you say? Well, I have a pet hedgehog, and every card that I send out has a hedgehog on it somewhere. So there is my hedgehog. On this card, we'll add a floral hedgehog. We'll trim off a little bit of the extra, because he lives beyond the card as well. And there we have a hopefully nicely decorated card for someone who loves flowers, who loves books, and something local. Just remember that everybody likes something a little bit different. Everybody has a different reason for why they're post-crossing, and sometimes in the profiles it explains that out to you. Some people say we're all about the message, and that's a great thing. To be able to express who you are, where you're from, and tell other people about it, that's great. Maybe you can do a card that is just words. I mean words in a particular order if it makes sense, not just random words. I don't mean that, but yeah, it doesn't have to be decorated at all. Other people say, I love stickers, I love washi tape, and so go overboard, decorate those cards. Maybe pick a bigger card that you can decorate even more and still have room for the message. Other people really want to see one-off drawings. So if you're capable of drawing and do something amazing, do it. It's an expression of who you are, and that's what post-crossing is all about. So I've got this card stamped. I have this space to read or to write when I need to send to them, so I will do that. And then I'll finish off the other 4 cards, and another post-crossing week will be completed, and I'll be waiting to see what's arriving in my mailbox. And next Sunday, we'll do it all over again. So thanks so much for joining me, and hopefully if you're new to post-crossing or you haven't yet started, maybe you'll give it a try. It's a lot of fun. It is a really good way of connecting with people around the world, and it's always nice to go to the mailbox and find something that isn't a bill or a flyer waiting for you. All right, that's it for today. Have a magical week.
Like Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?